Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Win.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am Tommy, and next to me is my main man, Mr. Mikey, also known as the Apex Man. Mikey, happy Friday to you, and happy Friday to all of Bill's Mafia. We made it. We're here. And yes,
and
Beth was on.
So did Beth did too.
Well, she did, but that was at 5 o'clock. So I think I think she's not on time anymore. She thought she was on time. When she watches this again, she's going to realize she wasn't on time, technically. So.
However, Scott's here.
Yeah, Scott is on time. Yeah. Right on time. Right, Scott's on time. But that's all right, Beth. We still love you. But we're 9 p.m. 9 p.m. on Friday nights. I promise you that.
Guess what, Tommy?
Stays
we're
the same.
1 week closer to training camp.
I know. Very close.
And
we're 30 days away from preseason.
Yeah, we have this week and next week show. And then the following week's show will be in training camp.
Crazy.
Awesome.
Finally.
Awesome.
It's been dreadful. And by the way, that's when I start picking things up on the channel as far as the training videos that I always do. So I can't wait for that too, because I get excited for that, and I get to post videos, and we get to see who's doing good, who's doing bad, what camp fights are happening. Like, it's exciting,
so
man.
Josh get one this year, you think?
No, I don't. I think Josh, man, I don't know what it is. I think this year, I mean, I know I've said this before, but I do
Dawkins,
think,
right?
Yeah, I think Josh is motivated, man. I think Josh is taking that next step as far as leadership. And yes, I did hear the Dawkins, and I absolutely love Colin Cowherd, by the way. Like, that is my dude. Like, I like Rich Eisen. Yeah, he's one. Like, there's a few. Rich Eisen's cool. Like, I like him. But Colin Cowherd, something about him. Now, he's not always perfect, and sometimes he's a little out there, but he's a smart dude, man. And I feel like players respect him, too, for the most part. And that was a good interview, man. That was a really good interview. But, yeah, Dawkins talking about Allen taking that next step, that leader. You could see it. Like, I just think it's age, too. I think it's just him also understanding that he lost a lot of veterans as well. He needs to finally be that guy.
It's truly his team now. All those veteran guys that were there when he came into the league are gone. Correct. He is truly the leader now.
Correct.
I don't know if Josh was the type of player to ever overstep them when they were doing something. It just doesn't seem like his personality. But now that they're all gone, you know, because you heard, I don't know, we heard it from multiple players how, it's Josh's offense. Josh is the one doing things. He's calling plays. He's doing all the things that we've been asking for him to do over the last couple of years.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seems like they're finally giving it to him.
The one thing I always heard, like, from players, from at least, Cole Beasley and John Brown, like, was always like, Josh is a big kid. We love him. Josh is good. But they never really, if you remember, if you really go back, they never really said, like, Josh is that guy, that voice in the room, that leader. Like, they always said he's a great dude. He's like a big kid. But that part never came up. And this is the first time I really kind of heard that from a player where it's like Josh starting to become that leader, like voicing up. You know what I mean? Like, he's still barking at people. Like, You never. When did the fuck? Honestly, when did you ever hear that? Like, I don't recall that.
No,
Right.
I think Poyer and Hyde were the only two that ever really talked about his leadership. They say he wasn't a big vocal leader. He was like, he's gonna run through guys, jump over guys, do whatever he has to do. You better be matching him.
Right.
And that's kind of how he led by example.
Yeah.
He wasn't a real big talker. Seems like that's kind of changed this year.
Yeah, I think it has to. I think I just think, like I said, I think it's time. I think he is understanding that it's part of a quarterback growth. You're not gonna, very rare does a quarterback, right, year 1 to probably 3 is like this true leader of, commanding the huddle. Like, it takes a while. These are their kids, kind of still coming out of college, 21. You know what I mean? It takes them a little bit to get that comfortable. And they're talking to grown ass men and guys that have been there a long time. So I think Josh now is a veteran. I know he is, and he's ready to take that role on. And
year 7,
year 7, and he knows what's up, man. Like, he knows how important this is for Buffalo, like, to win a Super Bowl, and you got to be that person.
I think it's that role. Yeah, I also think it's something to remember. Josh didn't play in a lot of the 7-on-7s as a kid. He didn't go to the big time colleges where a lot of those guys learned that. Like, Josh didn't get his training until he got to the NFL, really.
Yeah, you got a good point there too. Nothing wrong with the school he went to, Wyoming, but if we're gonna be real, like you said, right, exactly. He wasn't with the best of coaches. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he respects that he went there and the coaches he had, but it's nowhere near, Auburn or Alabama or the top Georgia, FSU, whatever, like the top schools out there. Michigan, you know what I mean? So, he kind of, even fundamentals, not just leadership and stuff like that, fundamentals were clunky. You know what I mean? He had to learn kind of, once he got in the NFL.
He had to map them. Like, no one ever really taught him how to throw a ball correctly.
Right, correctly. Yeah, crazy, right? Right? That he's like, whoa, I'm doing it wrong the whole time.
And then you heard him talk about Joe Brady's offense during the OTAs, and he talked about, certain things that Joe Brady has taught him, over this year. Like, oh, we never did that in the past. It was just this read, go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it seems like Joe Brady's bringing more to him and, like, giving him more of that authority that maybe they just never gave it to him before. They didn't want him to do it.
Maybe, or just maybe, like you said before, he just wasn't comfortable yet to do that. He didn't want to, there was a lot of other veterans probably were taking that role on for him. Like a Mitch Morse, for example. I'm sure Mitch Morse was really, truly the leader for a little while there on that line, even though it was just the offensive line. But I'm sure even in, huddles, he was more of the guy that was the leader because he's been around so long. But now he's gone. And now it's Allen. And by the way, I did mention too that Dawkins was going to have to be that next guy up as far as the offensive line leader goes, and they talked about too. It's his turn. He's ready. And I also love the fact that he brung up him not playing with
the same guard.
Yeah, since he's been in the league. Like, so we've talked about that forever. I almost feel like it's not talked about enough. And I think me and you probably brung that up more than any other podcast. No offense to any other podcasts out there, but I think we brung that up more than anyone. And it's facts are facts, man. This guy, he could be so much like this line. If he was with somebody,
it's changing again this year too.
Yeah, and I feel so bad for him. And it's almost like he was like kind of like saying, "Get it right, coach," without saying it right.
Just give me somebody for more than 1 year.
Right, can we stick with it? Right. Without really saying,
draft the young guy, stick him next to me.
Right. Come on, coach.
Like, at the end of the day, man, this is crazy.
Right. Doing my best here.
We're not losing McGovern, but he's not playing guard anymore.
Right. It's a swap again. It's a guy, and like he said, and I say it a lot too. The offensive line is like a link, like a chain, and every link has to link up, right? If one link is fucked up, rusty, broken, that chain is done. And that's what has been going on up until last year, right? Last year we finally had a healthy O-line. We finally had guys that were in the right position as well, right? We always had guys who were out of position because And I just hope to God it works this year. Like it's not where we're like, playing musical chairs again, because that's where things start to get bad for us. Like, you know what I mean? The run game, like Colin mentioned, the run game got better. Pass protection was a lot better. And that all is because the offensive line was healthy, and it was throughout the whole year and gotten better and bigger and younger. So let's just hope this switch that we did works out. Yeah.
So let's hit on this question from Scott. He says, what do you think about the Thomas talk? I don't see it, but you never know. Michael Thomas, we've been talking about this all offseason.
Yeah, dude.
The writing was on the wall, with Brady coming from the Saints, and then Ronald Curry coming. Ronald Curry was the wide receiver coach when he was an all pro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for it. Bring him in. Bring in all the guys, and then let the competition sort it out.
Yeah, you get him on a cheap deal too, 1-year deal.
Because he's also an X. We only have one X right now, and that is a Keon.
Yeah.
That gives us another X. I'm okay with that. Bring him in and let if he can stay healthy, great. Let's let the competition sort it out.
Yeah,
bring them all.
By the way, there's another guy too. It's not a rumor or anything, but I would like to see Howard at least come in for 1 year. I just think that veteran presence, how good he was if healthy, that will erase any doubt we have going into the season with the cornerback room. You know what I mean? Like, I feel comfortable, way comfortable.
Wait, you said bring in Howard?
Absolutely. Howard's
not coming here unless he's starting.
I get that, but I'm just saying, if he were to say, I'll come here for you. I'm just saying, hypothetically, I'll compete for the job. Let's just say he does, right? And I don't care if I lose it and I'm CB3. What, you know what I mean? Like, okay, you know what I mean? If he takes Kyers, whatever happens, like, I would be totally up for it. Now, mind you, I doubt he does that, right? I'm sure he's looking for a starting gig, but I don't see any teams racing to sign him either at the same time. So he may wind up going, hey, I'll do a 1 year. Because listen, a player like that who was really one of the best to do it at one point, right? He was top 5, right, at one point. If I were him, I sign a 1 year deal somewhere, don't have to be Buff, wherever. And bro, if he has his game back, right, he can stay healthy. He earned himself a contract somewhere, a big contract. People will pay that dude. So I would definitely do a 1 year contract. If I were him, prove it, get in.
Yeah,
he's a ball hawk too.
Man. He's a man-to-man corner though. We don't play enough man-to-man for us to really.
Russell Douglas also was a physical corner, ball hawk. It's kind of like him.
Yeah,
I mean,
but he plays zone. Like
he does, but so did Kyrie Elam. We drafted him, so it doesn't really. Does that?
And you
really
see how
matter?
well that's worked out.
True, but he's also a rookie that he's always talking about a rookie or veteran. Yeah,
I just like money wise. He doesn't.
It depends. I told you. That's what I'm saying. If he were to say, you know what, I just want to prove myself, 1 year deal to get a bigger contract next year, it would be the best
someone's
decision.
Gonna get hurt in camp and then sign him. That's what's gonna happen. He's just
absolutely, bro. There's no way that dude don't go unsigned. Like, there's no way he won't be on the free agent market too long. The only reason I think he hasn't been picked up, Mikey, honestly, he has some off-field shit going on right now.
Yes, he does.
So, that could play a part on why dude is still a free agent. Just throwing that out there as well.
Yeah, Robert's right. Josh wasn't going to camps. He was loading irrigation pipes in the California weather,
Right.
And Scott's right here. A few years ago, we've been talking about replacing Morris year over year. And now all of a sudden that, he's gone, we're in a bad spot. I think the issue is
I never
Bates
said that.
left too.
Yeah.
I think that's because everyone just assumed Bates, including myself, assumed Bates was going to be the heir apparent.
Right, I did too. Yeah. But I don't think I'm not one of those people. I've been preparing for this.
You were concerned about.
I was concerned about the movement, but not about Morse moving on. Now,
no, you were concerned about McGovern being the center.
Correct, because I didn't know they were going that route. Like, if they knew, which they had to have known, like Brandon Beane had to have known this upcoming season they were going to probably get rid of Morse, right? In 2023 offseason, it was probably in his mind. I mean, I'm sure of it. I don't understand why he wanted to draft a center last season. Have him groom, under Morse, or at least there, right? He didn't have to start right away. It would have been perfect. But maybe, hey, they got the Van Pran guy. Maybe they're gonna groom him. I don't know. I am concerned only because I don't know. One, we just talked about Dawkins not having that guard next to him, who played very well next to him, McGovern. He wasn't great, but I thought he played good. Mm-hmm. And now you got David Edwards, who filled in nicely, but also didn't really play complete games. He just kind of came in
but he also
for a series or two.
Every game
he did.
Through the Super Bowl until he came here.
I get it, but it wasn't here. Right? I don't know much about him. Like I got to see his play. We don't know how he plays with. I do too, absolutely. And if Cromer feels like he could do the job, and McGovern is the center, and that's cool too. I have no problem with it. Like, I'm with you. I trust Cromer. I've been saying that. Like, since we got Cromer back, that was one of the best decisions
McDermott made.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, dude, you know what I mean? I wish he would do that with special teams coach, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Scott said no, Tom. He was talking about the national media saying it's not you. The media's narrative is we lost Mitch, we lost Diggs. So we're going to be crap.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. The Josh Allen meme, okay. I mean, what do they want us to say? And what is this, Jason Gibson says he loves seeing the meme of Josh Allen holding the Dolphins' mouth shut after Hill saying he didn't think Josh was a top 5 quarterback. What is, like, it's all over, X too now, or Twitter, whatever the hell you want to call it these days, of this, Ravens fans trying to crap on Allen, and like, can't they both be pretty?
I didn't even know that. Really, the crap.
There's all kinds of crap about, Ravens and Bills fans going back and forth at each other over, who's better, Allen or Jackson. Like, can't they just both be pretty? Isn't that okay?
Right. Yeah, I agree. Listen, any of the top 5, top 3, top 5, whatever you want, top 5 quarterbacks.
I have 5 in the elite category.
Right.
And we'll get to our
fans will be fans though. That's how they are. You know what I mean? Fans will be fans. I mean,
don't crap on my quarterback.
I mean, look, I saw today somewhere. I didn't read the article yet, but I saw Tyreek Hill doesn't even have Allen in his top 5.
No, he has Baker Mayfield.
Right. So I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. So it is what it is. But everyone can have their own opinion. I don't think the mass majority believes that. Even if you don't even if you feel Allen chokes in the playoffs, whatever, there is no way in hell they're going to have Baker Mayfield Josh Allen. Like, no way in hell.
So the national media, let's take LeSean McCoy. He came out and said something recently about, the media is unfair to Lamar and they judge him too harsh. No one judges Josh the way they judge everyone hates on Lamar. Like, didn't Lamar just win an MVP and someone got mad that it wasn't unanimous and he had the worst MVP stats of all time?
Yeah, that's not true. I think Allen takes a lot of heat too.
Last night, didn't he also win the play of the year for a 13-yard catch?
I don't watch. You watch ESPYs, by the way? Do you?
No, I just it became a topic on in the feed.
I think the ESPY, by the way, I know we're going off a little topic here.
It's dumb. Why do I care what ESPN has to say?
It's self-serving for them. Like, let's be real. It's them competing with. It's their Oscar. It's self-serving. It's the same. Listen, I don't care. I've never watched an ESPYs. I'll watch a clip like the Jimmy V clip we've seen over and over. Great. Mm-hmm. But I don't. It's so fake. It's so phony baloney. Like, I mean, bro, they gave Prince Harry some
Pat Tillman Award.
Yeah, I mean, that should tell you everything right there, dude.
Yeah.
So, it's fun. To me, that's why I don't watch it. It's self-serving. It's for ESPN to make money. That's all it's about. So I could care less about the
ESPYs. Smith. Yeah, Jonas Smith, Scott. Jonas Smith was crapping on Buffalo and the Wings, and I don't know who the hell this guy thinks he is.
That's all right. I fired back on one of the Dolphin fans. By the way, I do want to play something, Mikey. I got I got a little love, and Mikey's the one.
Oh, I found it. Yeah.
I can feed right into we want to talk about our comments of the week.
Yeah.
And
comment of the week.
Yes. And so this one from Mafia Sports Report, subscribed to us for 3 years.
Love it.
Said Von Miller put pressure on himself in 2023 by saying he will be on the field week 1. If you noticed, he hasn't spoken up about free agents or potential trade rumors this offseason like he did seasons prior. I love Von and his positive outlook on certain things, but so far it's backfired on him. I do think we'll see a better Von in 24 now that he's had time to recover. That was a nice, measured, even-keeled, educated comment.
Love it.
Sticks out.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're like, he sucks, or you guys are idiots for saying he did anything wrong.
Yeah. No, I think that was a great comment.
It was a great comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great comment.
That's right.
I love Buffalo Plus.
I appreciate you. I would have never caught that because I watch their stuff, but I don't. Sometimes I'll skip it. Like I'll watch the first 30 minutes. You know what I mean? And go on. Like, but you were like, hey, you made comment of the week. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I didn't even know that was a segment. I just happened to be watching their thing. And I'm like, did they just say Mafia Sports Report? I'm like, and then I heard what he said. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's such a Tommy thing to say.
Yeah, it is, right? And you know what? Then I remembered it was the night before the last time they did a podcast. I think I jumped on late. They just they just happened to be talking about it. And I think I put that comment in, but they signed off. Like, that was it. And I didn't expect them to read it. And then you come back with it. I'm like, at first I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I was like, oh, yeah, I did say that. So, hey, shout out to Buffalo Plus for shouting us out.
Right?
Yeah.
Such a calm, cool, collective comment about Von Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think he's going to have a great bounce back year. Jason Gibbons says, off topic. They're saying the Naked Gun movies are coming back with Liam Neeson as the main character. Yeah, I didn't like the first round of the Naked Gun movie, so I won't be watching that. Yeah.
Oh, Naked Gun was great, bro.
Wasn't a fan.
It was so funny, dude. Well, the thing is, I love that actor.
Yeah, I like the actor too. I just thought it was over the top. It just wasn't my style.
Yeah, that's the shtick. You know, it was like Airplane. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shtick it was. But I get it. You know, to each everyone's different. So I will say, I know we're gonna move on from that, but there is a movie coming out this weekend. If you're into horror or thriller, it's called Long Legs with God, what's his name? Forget the actor. Anyways, Nicolas Cage. And supposedly this thing is...
He's still acting?
Yes, and this movie has gotten, like, rave review. 100% on Rotten Tomato. They say it's one of the creepiest, probably scariest films you're going to watch. Like, it's gotten unbelievable. So, Long Legs, I can't wait to see it. Because, man, it looks freaky, Mikey. So, if you ever... No, you said you don't watch those kind of movies, right? Silence of the Lambs kind of... So, guys, if you
I've seen Silence of the Lambs.
So that's what. It is a silence horror thriller. So yeah, so this is Silence of the Lambs with a little bit more horror involved. Yeah.
No, not really my forte. You know, Scott said, "Damn, they didn't read mine." I said, "Vaughn will be back, player of the year."
Well, buddy.
And happy birthday to Mr. Fulton.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's been telling me about his birthday coming up. Yeah. Happy pre-birthday. Hopefully you're on next Friday. This way we can really give you that happy birthday.
Yep.
For
Scott,
next
yeah,
week, man.
me and you were good. You know, I'm more of a comedy action guy. I'm not really into the thrillers and horror and that type of movie.
I like anything that's.
I do.
I don't like westerns. It's only
I have a 15 getting ready to turn 16-year-old daughter who loves rom-com, so I end up watching a lot of those with her.
What's that? What
rom-com? Romantic comedies?
Oh, okay. You're shortening. Okay, romantic. Yeah, they could be okay. Like I like the cheesy '80s one, like 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink. Yeah, that was kind of comedy, romantic comedies too, right?
Yeah, she watches a lot of those, so we have movie nights.
Okay, I think there's not. I would watch that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Some of them are funny. Most of them are dumb.
Yeah. Cheesy, right?
But it's time I get to spend with my daughter. So the fact that she is 15 and wants to spend any time with me is kind of awesome.
No, it's great. Yeah, I hear you.
You know, put the lotion in the basket, Tommy. Put
Right.
the lotion in the basket.
I always make fun of people. Like, I always talk to people. I'm like, because I don't know if you remember the movie too well, but it's like, what idiot? What, like, no offense to the girl in that movie, which is a movie, but what retarded female would help some dude at like 1 a.m. load a couch in his van? like what guy is loading? Like, who is doing that? He's like, you're gonna lift the heavy part into the van. Like, it's like, you deserve, no offense, to be kidnapped at that point,
right? Scott comes in and says, "Have you seen Hitman's Bodyguard with Ryan Reynolds?" Yes. How do you not love Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds?
That was good.
Salma
I
Hayek,
like that. Yeah.
Like, how do you not like those 3 actors?
Absolutely.
Have you seen number 2?
I got a cell phone service, by the way, Mint Mobile.
Nice.
It's right. Ryan Reynolds, he got me. He's like, hey, man.
Right? Okay, we've kind of gone down a rabbit hole.
We really did. What are we doing? What's going on here? People are turning off quick.
Beekeeper, great movie. Beekeeper was a great movie. I did see that.
I'll have to rewatch it. I tried a little bit and I fell asleep.
Yeah, that happens, especially at night. So what's on tap for tonight? Do we want to, before we get into it, do we want to go through round of
You got any news? Yeah, of course. That's always the first step.
Former NFL DC Monty Kiffin passed away.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. That sucks.
That sucks. The Titans reached a deal with Adams, the safety from Seattle.
Okay.
Thielen came out and said before he signed with the Panthers last year, he wanted to sign with the Chiefs and they didn't want him. Did you hear about that one?
No.
How do you with that wide receiver core? How do you not want Adam Thielen?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Belichick's joining inside the NFL and Pat McAfee for the 2024 season. So we'll still have Belichick as part of it. I think he's going to be a really good, kind of like breakdown announcer. Like, because he's so, has so much football knowledge.
Right.
And he's actually showing you part of his personality now. Now he's not on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it.
That's it, huh? Not a lot of news around.
Not a lot going around.
Not a lot going on, folks. Well, it is what it is. I mean, there will be soon. Because that, like we said, the training camp starts. I thought it started this weekend. Or was that for rookies this weekend?
No.
No, next week? Okay.
It starts like the 23rd.
Okay.
I think the rookies report like on the 23rd and the veterans report on the 24th.
Okay. I don't know why I thought I saw this
weekend. Or it's like that. Right. No. Not that I'm aware of. They don't usually bring rookies in 2 weeks early, do they?
I don't know.
I don't think
it's a week
so.
Early. Before we get moving forward, just a heads up. So tomorrow, I'm not sure if I think you know about this, but tomorrow at 11:30 in Buffalo, Stevie Johnson's having that charity 3-on-3 basketball tournament.
Yep.
Jay and Big Cuz are going live at 11:30 to do the play-by-play. Stevie Johnson's going to come to the booth and talk with them a little bit, so that's cool. I'm going to jump on for a little bit. Like, I don't know what time, but I'll probably jump on with the fellas. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm just hoping their signal's good because you never know when it comes to stuff like that. But it'll be our first kind of live, a little like basketball, any kind of sporting event where we're live covering. So that's going to be pretty cool. So if you guys are bored, whatever, you like basketball, want to watch a little bit, tune in tomorrow at 11:30 to watch some 3-on-3.
It's on their channel?
No, my channel.
So right here? Okay.
Hell yeah.
That's what I was asking. I didn't know what channel it was on.
No, our channel, man. Mafia Sports.
Okay.
So yeah, they're officially here. They don't do anything. Yeah. So
on their own.
no. So it'll be here. Everything's here now.
Right.
And by the way, real quick too, Mikey, I decided for the first time ever, I've been thinking about it, and because people have been pressuring me, and I'm gonna do it. The first preseason game, I am gonna go live and do the play-by-play. I'm gonna go live for it.
I will be in the chat.
Yeah. I'm only doing it honestly for Cali Blitz, who throws me a lot of super chats. And very nice of him, and he's been wanting me to do it. So I said, you know what, man,
I tried it.
I can't, but it's a preseason, So I told him I won't do regular season. You know what I mean? But I'll do the one preseason. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. I told him though, it's probably not going to go too well. So.
Well, it'll probably be more of us just sitting around bullshitting about the team and what we want to see.
That's why That's why I'm going to do it for the preseason because I can't. There's no way in hell I would do it for the regular season. I'm too dialed in, and I'm too upset at times to focus on anybody else. Right? You know.
If anybody actually saw our chats during the games,
you would think we
are nuts.
You would think we hate the team at times. Then we love the team, which is probably everyone. We're all guilty. Well, I was thinking.
How are you doing?
I was thinking the other day too, man, Mikey. Like when we go live, because we go live right away on post games. I mean, within 5 minutes usually. I was thinking, man, that is brutal. I love it, but at the same time, it's like our emotions.
We don't mean.
That's what I mean, and it's tough because I go back on some of these, and I'm like I feel bad a little bit because I'm really pissed at the time or something.
Like when you were at
yeah, exactly. But I've done it with other players, where I'm like, ugh, and it's like, but that's. It's funny because that's raw, real emotion, and that's why I love it. I love going live right away because going live, the next day or hours later, it's like I don't know. I don't know. You kind of settle down a little bit. I like that raw.
We get 5 minutes to capture our emotion.
Yeah. And sometimes that ain't it. Yeah. It ain't enough.
When we lose, the chat's with us. When we win,
bro.
You
ever notice that too? Losing when the Buffalo Bills lose are our best shows.
Everybody wants to talk about it.
Everyone is pissed. They want to vent. When we win by 30, we got like half people in here.
I'm not in control when they lose either.
Dude,
it's one of those things, man.
I lose my shit, man.
Yeah,
I don't know how we do it.
Scott or Jason was asking any words on the wide receivers. They did put out a video of all the receivers and running backs and Josh together. I don't know if you saw that. I think KJ Handler put one out. Did a quick thing, and they were all working out together after Knox's wedding.
I didn't. I saw a pizza special on Connor McGovern on YouTube on him making pizza.
Okay.
So, I didn't see that. I'm like, what is this?
It was on
pizza.
X. It was on X. KJ Handler went live. He's a horrible video guy, though.
Yeah, terrible all over.
They're getting some work in. It looked like they were all sitting under a tree after work.
I did see that. I barely saw Alan. I did because I saw people commenting.
He's up against the wall.
Right. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Well, okay, I get it. But there's just not a lot.
Working out. I like that they're doing it in the
that's cool. Absolutely. But man, I did see. I did forget to mention or talk to you about it, or maybe I did. Keon Coleman did a video with CBS. Came out on YouTube.
Brian McFadden.
Yes, like a day ago or 2 days ago.
I saw it.
It wasn't long. It was like 20 minutes, 25. But it was good. It was really good. And I got to say, Keon Coleman, man, I'm more impressed. Every time I see that dude run.
Route running is getting so much better.
Dude, right? And his hands are
he didn't look like that. And he wasn't running routes like that in college.
Yeah, well, that's that work. You got to put that work in.
He's spending a lot of time with CD, who's his cousin.
Yeah.
And they're doing stuff together, and then I loved his demeanor when they were talking about it. About having to replace Steph. He's like, I'm not replacing Steph. He's like, I'm just Keon. We have a bunch of other guys who are gonna help offset that.
Right. Yeah. I'm me.
Yeah. But man, his hands are crazy soft.
Oh, dude. Good.
Crazy soft.
Yeah, dude. He don't.
The ball doesn't bobble in his hands.
No, bro. It sticks. Yeah, dude. I'm super excited to see him and Josh get going, man. I just cannot wait for week 1.
Triggs in the house.
What up, Triggs, man? Been a while, man. Yeah, it absolutely has been a while. But yeah, I'm excited. That video, he's a good dude, man. Like you could tell it too. He's raised right. Like he's like a kid. He reminds me of like Alan like that goofy side, you know.
Yeah.
Alan was very goofy too in his ways, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think they're going to get along really well too, you know, them too.
It's why I'm excited about this year, because we have Shakir coming back, we have Kincaid coming back, we have Knox coming back, and then we have we have Samuel coming in, who has experience with Brady and can do so many different things, and we have like all the different skill types. We have the little burner in KJ. We have the big tall burner in Claypool and MDS. Like there's we no longer are just one type of receivers. We have all the different types of receivers.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't think who knows? The Michael Thomas thing's floating around there. You never know about that.
I told you from the beginning, I would love to get Michael Thomas.
You never know. I mean, it's floating out there, but of course, don't get too excited, guys. Like there's a lot. There's been a lot floating around Buffalo for years, and
honestly,
a lot
if
of times it doesn't happen.
One, I think I would rather see Justin Simmons come in.
Absolutely, but I think that's more about money at that point. I think Michael Thomas would it'd be a way cheaper deal.
Yeah, because he's been hurt for the last 2 years.
Exactly, and he would just that would be a veteran minimum deal. Simmons would probably want a little bit of cash there, and that would they'd have to figure that part out. I don't know how they see him.
It'd have to be a multi-year deal so they can spread it out.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. That one I don't see happening. I can see the Thomas thing happen over Simmons because of the money. But we'll find out. We'll find out.
All
right. So so let's.
rankings?
You want to do the quarterback ranking? Sure. Yeah. Let's do that. All right. So you want to start with yours?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me share mine. Share screen. Share. All right, let me make it bigger.
Oh, yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, she ain't telling you nothing.
That's true. That is that's right.
Okay, if I can get
Mikey, I can't say you're lying there. All right, go ahead.
All right. So I broke them into tiers because I'm always a tier guy, Tommy. When we come to it, like I put the rankings 1 through 5. But everybody kind of, ranks their guys where they want. I have tiers. So in the elite tier, I have Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Jackson.
Okay.
Those are my 4 elite guys that I think that are really there. This next tier are the guys who can get into elite or, have been elite and they're coming back for something. Like Justin Herbert, he has all the talent to be in that elite tier. He just hasn't done it yet.
All right.
Dak puts up the stats. He just doesn't get the credit for the elite. You know what I mean?
Agree. Mm-hmm.
Like he has the numbers for it. Just like when you watch him play, you don't look and say, "Oh man, that's special." You know what I mean?
Captain D actually. I'm glad you brought that up because Captain D was Captain D, my buddy for a long time, Dolphin fan. We were talking a little bit about the whole Tua thing. I was talking to him on the phone today, and I'm like, damn, like Dallas is kind of going through the same thing with Dak. They don't really. It's crazy they don't really want to pay him yet, right? Because Dak will be a free agent. They don't pay him after this year. And he was like, oh, I really want to see Dak in Miami because he was saying, like, what if they signed Dak in Miami? And I said, bro, Dak is a good – I would take him all day. I would take him over Tua. And he's like, yeah, but the playoff is playoff. I'm like, let's be real here. And I want to be real for a second. When people talk about his quarterback's playoff record, like, oh, but he, this guy's failed.
It's a team game.
Not only that, right? Is absolutely. And how many quarterbacks on this list, just in general, except for Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, who used to be here, right? Yeah. Really gets it done. Like it's tough, man, to win a Super Bowl. These are great quarterbacks, and throughout history. Dan Marino, there's a lot of guys. I mean, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, a great quarterback. He's only won 1 Super Bowl. Been in the league forever. Brett Favre, 1 Super Bowl. He went to 2, 1. I mean, some quarterbacks don't even get there. So it's tough, man. It's tough. So I don't think Dak's like this playoff meltdown. It just happens, guys. Playoffs are tough.
Not only that, but when you look at it, look at Joe Burrow. He's the one who beat Patrick Mahomes to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's not the reason they win, though. That defense is the reason that they win.
Yeah. I think the team overall was this.
Yeah, but that defense was what carried them through the playoffs. Like Joe played okay.
Yeah, I agree.
But he wasn't,
and coaching.
He wasn't, yeah,
and coaching. Yeah, you got to give him coaching.
Like that's why Herbert at 5, Herbert should be in the elite tier. Coaching has held him back. I'll be interested to see what Harbaugh does with Herbert.
I agree. Yeah, that's a. I think he's gonna do a lot better. I'll be honest with you. I really like Harbaugh.
Yep. So
all right, go ahead, man. Sorry.
So after Dak, then we have Stafford, Hurts, Aaron Rodgers. You can put all those guys anywhere you want in your rankings.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a tier 3, and then we have like the CJ Strouds, who everyone says is a top 5 quarterback. I want to see it more than 1 year before I put somebody top 5.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy. You know, I feel like Stroud and Brock Purdy could go into tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I want to see it 1 more year before I truly do that.
Yeah.
Then you have Tua, Goff, Lawrence, Love, Cousins, and Mayfield. Goff, everyone's like goo gaga over after last year. But if you look at his home road splits, he was really good at home, really bad on the road. You can't say he's a tier 1, tier 2 quarterback if you're having that. He's a really good quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He'll get you to the playoffs, but he's not an elite quarterback by any means if you have that bad of splits.
Right. I'm with you there.
Lawrence is all projection still. We haven't seen it. You see flashes of him. You know, Jordan Love, everyone's like big on Jordan Love right now. He had a good second half of the year. Let's see him put together a full year.
I'm with you there. Yep.
Kirk Cousins is the king of I'm gonna be really good until it's a big time game.
Yeah. Now I will backtrack a little bit on my whole playoff. There is certain guys like that do melt down in bigger moments in games. I will say that is. Mm-hmm. I think that's okay to say, right? Like my point. I guess what I was trying to say earlier was it's very hard to get to a Super Bowl. Right, like there's like Mahomes, you have to have everything in motion, right? The good coach, defense, like a lot of things have to play. Yeah, to get in the Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. So, but in a way, there is like I will say too, there is players that do melt down in certain situations, big moments. So yeah, I guess that can play a part, and you're right. Like Cousins is one of those players I think too that kind of melts away in bigger games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Baker, I felt like I disrespected Baker a little bit here by putting him at 17, end of tier 3. I think Baker's good. I don't think Baker's been truly given a real opportunity. Last year was the first real opportunity I felt like he's actually had. Otherwise, I think he's kind of been screwed everywhere he's gone. You know what I mean? I don't think he's had like an organization truly behind him.
Cleveland was behind him. I don't think that's true.
Until he got hurt, and then the coach could put him out there. Like once Stefanski came, him and Stefanski didn't get along, and that's the reason why he was out the door. Because they were flirting with quarterbacks after year 2.
But he was making his own mistakes. He had his. He also was very. He also had opportunity when he got traded. He's so tough for me to grade, man, because he has his moments where he shines, right? Like his first year in Cleveland where he got them to the playoffs, right? I think that's when everyone was like, especially Cleveland fans were like, okay, we got our franchise guy, right? Like this guy finally got this team to the playoffs, and it just seemed like he has a little bit of a disconnect with some guys. Like he didn't work well with Odell. Like him and Odell just did not connect. I'm not saying like friendship wise, I'm just saying like
even on the field,
Odell on the field. That's what I mean. Like he just couldn't find him. Yeah. I just feel like and even in Tampa, some games where he's just really off. Like he plays really bad. But there's moments where he shines. So I think he's just up and down for me. But he has. So he has the potential.
You think I ranked him okay? Right here?
I do. Yeah, you'll see where I have him, and I think we're about right. I got to go and see when I have mine pulled up.
I don't have any rookies on here. I refuse to put a rookie, in any tiers until I see them play a game.
Okay,
So
that's fair.
I ranked all of them without him. So then Kyler Murray, Geno Smith, Gardner Minshew, Russell Wilson, Bryce Young, Daniel Jones, Will Levis, and Derek Carr. Honestly, Kyler has the ability to move up tiers still if he can stay healthy. The rest of them, I'm like, okay, they are who they are. Like, I was never impressed with Bryce Young coming out.
Okay.
And he went number 1 overall. I thought he was small. He was, he's very much like Tua in the fact of he's like he throws to a spot.
Right.
That's it. It has to be a timing offense or he can't do it. And that's fine. I don't hate on those. A lot of those quarterbacks can last in the league if they get the right system. You know what I mean? The rest of them are like, okay. Like, I have a feeling, Caleb and Jaden Daniels and Drake May and all those guys are going to jump over these guys after next year. But right now, this is my top 25.
Yeah, I don't hate it. You know what's crazy, though? Like, looking at your top 25?
What?
And it's not really crazy. It's just crazy how a guy that went from being one of the better ones in the league is not even in your top 25. Deshaun Watson.
Dude, the guy hasn't played.
No, I get it. Yeah. I'm just saying. My point is, it's crazy how not only that, like a guy that was.
I looked at him at the bottom for the tier 4 because he still does have a lot of upside, but I'm like, would I take him on my team over any of these bottom guys? And I wouldn't because I don't know what he is anymore.
I agree in a way. I'm going to show you mine now. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. That's what she said. All right, here we go.
Oh, you always go first?
What happened?
You said that's what she said. I'm like, what? You always go first?
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let me get rid of this. Give me 1 minute. I gotta.
The scrolling.
Yeah, because it'll. Okay. All right, so here's my top 25.
So we have the top 4 saying the same.
Yeah, so I got Mahomes. I mean, I gotta be real here.
He's multiple-time Super Bowl champion, MVP. He is what he is.
Correct. I got Allen number 2 because I just feel like he's that dynamic. I got Burrow 3. I think Burrow. I have my opinion. It was really close. I got to be honest with you. Between Burrow and Jackson, I was really on the fence. Like it could have went either way for me. I felt like they were
Jackson and Burrow.
Yeah, I really could have swapped them either way.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, they're just they're very different style quarterbacks, which makes it really tough for me to put. And they both have special traits to them, like unique traits that I feel like why. But anyways, I put Burrow 3.
Before you move on, what's funny about that? It's the same thing when you say put Allen with Mahomes, with Andy Reid and Mahomes as setup. I would love to see Jackson with Burrow set up and see what happens. And vice versa.
I get you. Yeah. I get you.
Like, how much better is Jackson to be with all those elite playmakers?
You never know. Right. Exactly. Or, I mean, does he, maybe not. We don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. Yeah.
We don't know. We don't really know. Because I didn't think Jackson, not that OBJ is like what he once was when he played for Baltimore, but really wasn't that big of a difference. The offense wasn't really great when OBJ went there either. Right? Like I said, OBJ is no CD Lamb. He's no, but
game is suspect.
Right. So I'm just throwing that out there too. I don't know if it would be interesting, but we can't keep going with that excuse. We'll see. I think they added some other weapons for him now, but if his numbers remain the same throughout his career, and they do add good receivers and it's still kind of same, then I think that's who he is. Like, that's what he's going to be at 3,032. He's scrambling.
He's going to be a weapon. He's going to run for anywhere from 600 to 900 yards a year, and he's going to throw for anywhere from 27 to 3,200 yards a year. And that's what he's going to do. And they're going to play tough defense and win.
Right. Yep. 100%. So I got Jackson for now, for 4. I think, Prescott at 5. I feel like his numbers prove that, been to the playoffs multiple times. Justin Herbert, I got a 6 because he's just, he is damn good. And now he has a coach coming in that
crappy coaching. He was really good.
Crappy coaching.
Horrible coaching.
Yeah. And he's still young, right? He's relatively healthy. Like, He's a good quarterback, man. I'm excited to see what he can do with a better coach now. Jalen Hurts, once you Super Bowl, I got to give him credit. He's a good quarterback. They had a little meltdown last year. I am a little concerned this year for him about the offensive line. We'll see if he's the same. I'm very curious how that works. Losing one of their main guys there. Tua at 8 was shaky for me, but I gotta still give him his dues. And he has
Tua over.
I do.
Oh,
yeah, because
whoa.
I do. The only reason is because we're talking about 2024, right? 2024, we're going into, they have a offensive-minded head coach who works very well with Tua. Like, they have clicked right away. They have 2 of the probably top 5, 10, right? Top 5, one of the top, number 1 probably receiver in the league, right? Or number 1 or number 2. And then you got Waddle, who's top 10. Like, you got speed all over, and it works very well for Tua. Tua stayed healthy last year, right? He didn't get hurt, and he put up really good numbers. So if we're going on entering this season, I don't see why Tua wouldn't repeat that same stat line, and that makes him definitely a top 10 quarterback, in my opinion, in the 2024 season. Jared Goff, believe it or not, I have it 9 because I feel like once again, it's kind of like the Tua situation. I feel like his coach, and it starts with the coach. Coach believes in him, lets him do his thing. He surrounded him with talent, with receivers and tight end. They got an excellent offensive line where Goff doesn't really need to get out of harm's way like, a lot of quarterbacks do. So a pocket passer that has time, Goff is good. Goff can make things happen. So I have Goff there. Rodgers, man, I was so... because I don't know what Rodgers is going to be. Like, the only reason I put him there is because I know what he was. But the thing was, last year, I was saying that, like, slow though, like, he's getting older. He wasn't, like, great last year or the year before when he played for Green Bay, right? They got smoked against the Lions and didn't even make the playoffs the year before. And then he got hurt right away. So we don't still really know what Rodgers. So
it was the respect I had for Rodgers.
It was the respect to put him in the top. Absolutely. So that's 10, and then I'll give the rest. 11, I got Stafford. Because I think Stafford, even though he's getting older, he still has talent around him. He had a good year last year. I still think he has a hell of an arm. And like I said, he has a good coach. He has talent around him. He has a hell of a receiver going into his second year in Puka. And then the other guy, I can't believe him. What's the other receiver? Cooper Kupp. So they have a good surrounding team once again. And he's a gunslinger. Stafford is not scared to fucking throw that thing deep. He has a hell of an arm. So I got him at 11. Stroud, I got 12. Ahead of Lawrence because I think Stroud is better than Lawrence at this. I just do. Lawrence at 13. Love at 14. Purdy at 15 because I just don't. Purdy doesn't do it for me. I think Purdy's a system quarterback. It's a perfect situation for him.
How's that different than Tua?
Because I think Tua has a better arm than Purdy. I do.
You are
really
on crack.
I do. I think he's more accurate. I think he's more accurate. I think he has a better deep ball. Like Tua can lay it on, bro. Listen, Tua can lay it. I watched him all last year. Tua can lay it. He throws a pretty ball when he's protected well. Purdy, on the other hand, I seen him melt under pressure. Last year in a couple games, he was terrible. The Baltimore game was pitiful. I'm not saying Tua didn't have kind of games like that, but I don't know if it's as bad as that.
Game that Tua played against Buffalo, he melted.
I get it, but Purdy, I'm just not totally sold on him yet. But listen, top 15 is not terrible. 16 Cousins, I'm not like huge on him. 17 Mayfield, he's up and down. We talked about it. Kyle Murray, I still got to respect him. I think he's one of those guys where he has a new coach coming in. Maybe he's growing up and he can get off the video games and actually, get in the playbook, because that was his thing, right? Like, supposedly, the playbook thing, right? He didn't know the playbook. Geno Smith, I got there. I'm not crazy about him either.
I put him out there just because I ran out of quarterbacks. I need to call my top 25.
I think he's played better than Carr, and Carr's getting older, right? There's a reason why Carr's been traded. multiple times. Russell Wilson, I was torn on this one with him and Carr, like swapping him, because Russell Wilson had a good year last year. I think he had a quietly good year. And I think going to Pittsburgh with a much better coach there, in my opinion, is going to put him in the right situation. And I think Wilson, a better run game. So I was tough on that one. Watson, I do have 22 because who knows? We'll see. Because I'm thinking what he once was. Richardson for the Colts. He looked dynamic. Like, he was really good in college. I thought he looked good in preseason. He has a really good arm, and it was too bad he got hurt. And I just don't like Daniel Jones. And I should have put him at 25. And I got Will Levis at 25.
I was surprised you put Richardson in there. He only played 3 games. I have no idea what that.
No, I get it. It's one of those things for me. Once again, it's more like I see maybe the potential where I could see him. Like, I see better potential in Richardson than Daniel Jones.
You know what's crazy? Our tiers,
get rid of that.
Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, is almost identical. The only difference is I have Matt Stafford in Tier 2, and you have Tua in Tier 2.
Okay.
We have them blocked. Other than that, we have them ranked a little bit different, but the tiers that I had
close, right?
were really freaking close.
Yeah, I think they're both of us are fair. I think there's a fair argument.
It's all subjective.
Yep.
Like the whole ranking thing is all subjective.
Yeah.
Now how you get Baker Mayfield into the top 5, I have no idea. That's just a troll job.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Stop it. Stop it already.
I mean?
Like, I respect the dude. You know what I mean? But come on. He's not even top 10.
Listen to CJ Stroud talk about how he's a top 5 quarterback. He needs to think that. No quarterback should ever think that they're not the best.
I agree. I agree with that too. Yeah.
So. All right.
So that was it. So we revamped Chris Sims' wacky.
Oh, ESPN.
CBS.
Wacky.
Chris Sims' wacky top 25 list where he was just all over the map. So that was our list. I hope you guys. I don't know if you guys agree or whatever. You guys.
Scott and Jason were having a good old time in the chat talking about food and creating a cookie dough.
Oh, because you know why? Because we were talking about the. You know what's funny though? I do cook pizza, but I don't do the dough thing. I do the. I don't know if you ever had it, Mikey, but have you ever had a boboli?
What the hell's a boboli?
I knew you were going to say that. So anyone in the chat, do you guys know what a boboli pizza is? It's a pizza crust when I was growing up that came out. It was like the first ever one, and it was like, get yourself a boboli. And bro, it is. Look it up. It is so good. It's a pizza crust. And basically all you got to do is you get a little oil, you put it on the bottom of the crust. You don't have to, but you get sauce, you put cheese, you put your toppings, throw that bad boy in for about 12 minutes, and you got yourself
okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Dude, it is so good. And by the way, you could cook that on the grill, and it's even better. It's so good, dude.
I always get the Pillsbury dough version of it.
No, dough. That's the right way to go. Like, I get that, like making it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like Connor McGovern's doing the whole dough thing. I am not I'm not a cook, right? But this pizza crust, and I've had other pizza crusts are terrible. They're terrible.
This one's actually decent.
This one's pretty good in my opinion, and you can make it. The thing I like I said, I like the taste of the crust, and you can just create your own pizza. It's way better than a frozen pizza. Way better. Way better. So, anyways, that's what I made that today. I went out shopping and got a couple crust and made my pizza before. So, but I'm no Connor McGovern. You ain't gonna be seeing no cooking show here, man.
I actually started cooking homemade pizza a different way. So I saw it online, and I'll take one of those crusts. I'll throw it down. I'll throw a layer of cheese in. I'll throw another crust down on top of that, and then I'll put the sauce, a little bit of cheese, and all the meat on it. And I cook it that way. So when you pull it apart, it's like a cheese bomb. It's awesome.
Oh wow, yeah, that sounds creative.
I've never seen it. I saw it one time. I tried it. It was amazing. That, and then do you know the little naans that you can get, the little 2-pack of naans that you can get inside the grocery store? And you can get them all different flavors. They're like, it's called naan.
N-O-N?
Yeah. It's like N-U-N or something like that. It's like it's like you can get like garlic, rosemary, and it's like it's over in like the bread section, and it comes in a little 2-pack. We buy those, and then we throw pizza stuff on them all the time, and there's like little tiny ones, like personal size ones.
So good, ain't it?
They're awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Jason, Mafia cooking channel.
I know, right?
Let's move to the next one.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna make a craft a macaroni and cheese today.
No, we're gonna make wings. We're gonna make beef on whack.
I would have the worst. Not me, buddy. My channel would be the. Everyone be like, I'm gonna show you guys how to cook a craft of macaroni and cheese. We're like, whoa, what is this guy?
Right.
I got the best of frozen pizza. You put it in there.
Mine would have to be a video because no one's want to stay with me all day long as I make like the homemade Italian food. Because that's like an all-day adventure.
My mom, we're half Italian, so my mom cooked Italian, and man, dude, let me tell you, man, when you do it from scratch, it's a
thing.
It takes a while. So man, she would make the best like eggplant parm, veal parm. But it was but she will make it
and ravioli.
You know how they do. You make it in big. They always make it huge. Shit would last for like 3 days in the fridge. But it was great. I would come home from school, eggplant parm. It would be so much leftovers, dude. But I miss that, and I can't cook. So
yeah, tell me you have to go back and read their content between. Jason
I will. 100%.
Yeah, no, I'm a big one. I love it. I used to have big Saturday, feasts at my grandparents' house. They used to do the same thing. My grandpa, made it all from scratch, and so everybody took a turn in the kitchen as they went through things. And
I miss that. I miss homemade foods, bro. Like all I do now is eat out for the most part, but I miss home cooking. Like there's nothing like, especially if you know how to cook. There's nothing like home cooking, bro. Anyways, let's move on. So
let's jump into the next topic.
Yeah. So I do have something that was actually the title because I saw this. I'm like, it's kind of, and this isn't going to take long, guys. But I thought it was interesting because man, shit, there's going to be players on here I probably don't even know, and I didn't look through this list, by the way. Okay. It's going to be the best Bills players of all time by jersey number.
Ooh.
So I thought that was interesting and cool.
That is.
So yeah, let me pop that on the screen for you guys. All right, so let's get that in up here. All right, which one is this? So we're gonna do 51 through. Or should we do? Yeah, I guess we'll start from 99. We're okay. Way up. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me find that.
Who is the best 99?
Yeah, I have no. I'm telling it, and I know my Bills, but man, like it takes a while. Of course, my page is wacky right now, so hold on. All right, here we go. Gotta.
Yeah, you have to go to the bottom, or just start from 59 and move down. That's fine.
Okay. All right, screw it. All right, yeah. It's just, I guess because a lot of images or whatever, so.
Yeah.
All right. And plus they have ads running. Boy, oh boy.
We know all about ads, don't we?
Yeah, we do. All right, here we go. You
I
see
can't
it,
help myself.
All right, 51. Can we see that?
Spike.
Do I need to zoom that in?
No,
Are we
you're
good?
good. Takeo.
Okay, because remember, I can't see right now.
I don't disagree with that. When I think of 51, I think of Takeo.
Absolutely 1,000%. And I need to get me a Takeo Spikes jersey. That's the one jersey I haven't gotten yet. And 51, you probably don't even know this, Mikey. That's like my favorite number. It's always been my number. So everything, so like a lot of like things growing up was, 51 at the end of it. So 51 was all, and then Takeo came and he wore 51. I'm like, yeah. So, I got to get me a 51 Takeo Spikes. So love Takeo Spikes. I never seen someone's neck so big, by the way. That guy had his neck was huge. That guy was a force, man. I wish he
tore his Achilles.
I wish he stayed healthier. Like, I wish we got him when he was a little younger, like when he was in Bengals. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we got him. He had like that one good year for us, and he kind of
he had 2 really good years, and then he
2 years,
yeah.
Preston Brown, number 2.
I can't think of any better 52.
Yep. Hold on, real quick. I don't know what is going on here, man. Give me 1 minute. If not, I can do it another way. There we go. Okay, here we go. Is it still up or no? Did I kick it off?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay,
53 is
That's okay. We don't need to say. So 52 is Preston. Oh, did we see 50? 51 is Preston Brown. All right. 53 is offensive lineman Will Grant. See, I wouldn't even know that.
No.
Right.
Okay.
So now we know.
You know, I mean, 53. So
right. This is according to. By the way, shout out to Bill's Wire. This is their article. This isn't me and Mikey or anything. 54 linebacker Chris Spielman. Remember him?
Yeah.
Is there a 54 that's sticking out on the top of your head that should be replacing?
Nope.
Okay, so there we go. 55, Jerry Hughes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He'll always be synonymous with 55.
Love Jerry Hughes, man. He got so much slack, I feel, from Bill's Mafia, man. Like, I think it was not.
Couldn't close.
I still think it was undeserved, man. If you go back and watch him early on,
good Bill.
But if you watch him early on with like Rex Ryan's defense, he was excellent. I will say this about Rex Ryan real quick. Rex Ryan, I felt like I like Sean McDermott's defense. I actually think it's better, but I love how aggressive Rex Ryan's defense was. Like he got after. I noticed we got home a lot.
The one thing I wish Sean would do more of.
Yeah, it was
be more aggressive. Because look at the teams that give us problems. Lou Anarumo and Spags, both really aggressive defensive coordinators.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look at God, what was his name? What's our old linebacker's name? I can't believe I'm drawing a brain fart. The guy that came over from Washington.
Fletcher? London Fletcher?
No, not Fletcher. I can't believe I'm thinking.
He came from Washington.
Yeah, the guy. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm drawing a brain fart right now. I'll think of it in a minute. Somebody in the chat will tell me. He got like 10 sacks when he came to us. He was already like older when he came to us. This isn't the Rex Ryan year.
Alexander. Zoe.
Yes, Lorenzo Alexander. Zoe. I'm sorry. I hate having these brain farts.
I don't picture him as a Washington Redskin. I picture him as a Raider.
Right, but he was there. I'm just saying he played for there, and he was
That's why I couldn't put it together because
he was heavy. He was like fat there.
He was a defensive tackle.
Yeah, and then he lost mad weight, bro.
Yep.
But nobody saw that coming, and Rex Ryan put him in that position. And look at that. Look how that dude got like over 10 sacks that year.
Yeah.
And nobody saw that coming. So that just kind of tells you how Rex Ryan's defense was as far as aggressive. Yeah, he was absolutely. So Darryl Talley there at 56. Oh, hey! Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
He's not wrong.
Yep. Mike Stratton. I have no idea who that is. And there's no picture.
Wait, that's 58?
That's 58.
I would think Milano.
Is Milano 58 now?
Yeah.
You're right. See, yeah, sometimes I'm drawing blanks here. So you're right.
Milano
should be, right?
Me personally,
but I don't know. I don't know this. I don't. This could be old school.
Yeah.
Right.
But
so we don't know.
If I'm thinking of 58, I'm thinking of Milano.
No, you're right because of now. But anyone in the chat, I don't know that guy. Maybe there's some older fans here. I've been watching longer than me. I don't remember Mike Stratton.
I remember the name. He ended up in our top 100.
Okay, so maybe that's why, Mikey. But I agree with you. 58. Yeah, I'm with you.
Me, it's Milano.
59.
London Fletcher. Yep.
Yep. I'm good with you there. I don't know that.
The Big O?
I don't. And I should know. Because that was probably during the Super Bowl run there. Willie Parker, definitely want to know 61. Do you know his 61 now? Who's 61 now? I wish we had our numbers pulled up, like current roster. Hey! Richie.
I don't disagree with that.
Richie.
Yeah.
This has to be during the 90s run. 63. By the way, guys in the chat, if anyone in the chat, there's a number that pops up and hey, what about this guy? Then let us know. Yeah, or you reckon like Harry Jacobs, I couldn't tell you. Right? But clearly 64. Who's 64? Anyone do you recall 64?
No, because I think I is Cybo 64 or 67 now?
I don't know. Didn't he change his
he
number?
could be it moving forward.
Okay, that's true too. Moving forward, yeah.
Yeah. John Davis. Okay. Lot makes sense. A lot of these 60s are Billy Shaw.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Kent Hall, 67
67.
for sure.
Yep.
This is the guy I got the autograph in the back.
Joe D, 68. Makes sense.
Yeah. Will Wolford, 69.
69.
Yeah. I wouldn't know, but Tom Sustek,
who was in our top
70.
100. You don't remember him? He was in our top 100.
Yeah. Hey. Jason Peters, 71.
I know Jason Peters 71 because more about what he did around the league than what he did in Buffalo.
Because you're 71 for yeah, you're right. Oh man, Ron McDowell, 72.
No.
Hey, the Snowman, 73.
Yeah,
I guess they would give us pictures when they want to give us me a picture.
Glenn
Glenn Parker, 74 is number 74. Howard Ballard at 75. Yeah. I remember him. Fred Samaras, I remember him, 76. Yeah. Don't remember Stu Barber. Sorry, guys.
A lot of these dudes are on our top 100.
Man.
So it makes sense why they're here.
Yeah. These football players back then, boy, they were just tough sons of bitches.
Different breed.
They just look, man, like they were ready to fight you right in the parking lot. Hey, ooh. 78, of course. Like, come on.
The greatest Buffalo Bill of all time.
I don't care what. Right, we can have draft another guy. Which, by the way, has there been a?
No, we retired his number.
Did we retire his number? Right? There's no way. Right, we did. Right.
Okay.
Thurman, I was gonna say, there's no way. I've never seen that number again. Okay. All right. Smart. Yeah, you don't dare wear 78. Reuben Brown. Yep, that makes sense. Eric Mode, number 80. Of course. Come on, he's the best 80. No doubt about it.
Second best
Bob Chandler
ever in Buffalo.
Yeah. I mean, if you go by stats, Reed, but I think, in my opinion, I think Molds is. Molds. Yeah, absolutely. And if Molds was with Kelly, it would have been a toss-up between Reed and Molds, man. I mean, Molds was a different breed, bro. Don Beebe for sure, 82. Yeah. I'll never man, the Super Bowl where he popped the ball out was unbelievable.
Chased it down.
Yeah,
Andre Reed, 83. Yeah,
absolutely. Ernie Wallach, yep, I know him, 84. Jay Riemersma.
Yep.
Yeah, 85. Yep. Marlon Briscoe, 86.
Which is going to now be Dalton Kincaid
you're right. Very soon. Yeah, I agree. And probably for the younger heads, you're right. Like they don't like. I don't even remember that guy. I obviously don't remember. Who's 87
Mr. Bolton really wants you to know he'll be here next Friday.
All right, cool, man. Thank you. Who's 87 now? There's 87, right? I should know my numbers. I'm sorry, I don't.
I don't know who's 87. Right
Kincaid's what? 80? I mean, sorry. Knox is 88, right?
Yeah, Kincaid's 86. Knox 88.
88. Okay. Well, here's speak of 88.
The best tight end Buffalo's ever had.
Yes. I liked him. I like Pete Metzelaars.
Me too.
Steve Tasker, 89.
Of course.
That's one, legend. No doubt about it when you think 89. Phil Hansen,
90.
Sure.
Yep. I'm good with that.
Ed Oliver.
I can't think of a 91 other than Ed. Can you?
I can't. Not off the top of my head, man. No. Ted Washington, 92. I
love it.
He was so good, bro, by the way.
The only other 92 that I really like that I can think of is Daquan. I just don't think he's been here long enough.
No way. Not
Daquan but Daquan has that ability to one day make that his if he continues to
play. It depends how long if he stays here, and we get something done here with and something gets done right, like a Super Bowl.
Ted was a stud though.
I would say these back to back here. Ted and
Pat. Oh God, together they were awesome.
Oh my God, brutal. There's that red helmet. That looks so sharp, bro. Bring that. Come on, Buffalo.
Bring that back.
What is wrong, bro? I wasn't even. Listen, I know a lot of fans don't. Some don't like. I like that out. I like that jersey, and I love that helmet. There's nothing wrong with that combination. Bring that red helmet back.
Yeah. Hey, don't bring that jersey back though. I hate that jersey.
See, I didn't hate that jersey. I thought the white one was a little bad looking with the blue.
I didn't like
the opposite. I like it.
I hated him.
Yeah, I like
Tommy,
it.
what time we going live? Every Friday at 9.
Every Friday at 9, bro. It never change. If it changes, we'll let you know. But it's
there you
rare.
go. Andy Isabella is currently 87.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you'll never.
Mario 94. That makes sense.
Love bro. By the way, Mario Williams. That was one of the biggest trades for that I remember.
We didn't trade for him. We signed him.
I thought we traded for him. I could swear we did.
Agent.
You're right. He was free agent from Houston. You're right. Yeah. You're right. I'm sorry. That was one of the biggest free agent pickups that we had.
Yeah.
At that time. You're right.
He was dominant for 3 years, and then Rex Ryan said, "Oh, move to outside linebacker and drop back in coverage."
Yeah, that part I don't understand why he did that, but he was a beast, bro. He used to wear those red contacts.
They were dangerous together. Those two guys.
Oh man, and he was here a little bit. Yeah, I like Mario. Kyle Williams, 95 for sure.
Yes, legend.
Leon Seals, 96.
Yeah.
Part of the Super Bowl run.
Yep.
Cornelius, 97.
Yeah. Biscuit.
No. Yep. Wow. We haven't had a better player in wear number 98. The Star Latule.
That makes me sad.
Oh. I would, man. God, I almost want to pull up the 98s that's been through.
I almost
here.
want to throw up.
I mean, wow. So with 98, we think of Star Latule. Ugh.
Star was good for one season.
Yeah, but man, that means no number. I mean, according to Bill's Wire, now we haven't double checked 98s, right? These numbers, but Marcel Darius 99, yeah. But after the show, I want to see what 98s have come through Buffalo.
I'm surprised we don't have a better 99 too.
Than Darius. Marcel Darius was good though, bro.
He was good, but he was only good for 2 years.
You're right. Yeah,
he was gone.
You're right. We gave him that huge contract.
And then he was gone.
And then Brandon Bean said, "Hey, gotta go, bro."
Well, not only that, but he's stopped working, and he wasn't good. Once he got that contract, he was kind of and then you never saw him again. He went to Jacksonville and never did anything.
Yep. Let me
he
get
got paid and lost his.
I get the second part. Yeah, but he did have good numbers though, man. I'm telling you.
For the first few years, yeah, and then he got his money, and he's like, "Okay, I'm done."
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to find the other one. Oh, here we go. This one shouldn't be as clunky because it's from same Bill's Wire though. But let me. Okay, so here we go. So number 0, Naeem Hines.
Keon Coleman.
It will. I agree. You know why? This is a year old. This is a year. This is a year
never
old.
Even played.
I agree 1,000%. But remember, this article is a year old.
I get that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. Keon Coleman has already stolen number 0.
Yeah,
no doubt. So we will already
rework 98.
Yeah, we will change this for Bill's Wire. We will update this. 0 is now Keon Coleman. Number 1.
0 is Keon Coleman.
Sanders. I agree with that.
I love that. However, I have a feeling that there's going to be a new guy. Samuels is going to take over number 1.
You're right. Depending on what he does, and if we're thinking,
because Emmanuel Sanders was only 1 year.
I agree. So that means we had no other number 1s that people remember, like best number 1. So I agree with you. I think Curtis Samuel is so underrated signing as well. So if he can stay healthy on his team and Joe Brady can actually is going to mix him into this offense and really, I agree with that. So
I think he's going to be all over the offense this year.
Yep.
I think he's going to be a super underrated weapon that we have. Steve Christie, love it.
Absolutely. He was one of my favorite kickers, by the way. I think he might have been my favorite kicker. I loved him. He was solid, bro.
Yeah.
He was really, really solid. Like there you go. Prime example. Like that guy going up for a field goal. Now, mind you, he did miss some, but I was super confident when he got up to kick it.
He was more in the Harrison Butker, those type of kickers realms. Like you felt like there was a 80% chance he's making everything he gets out there. 90% chance he makes everything. Like he may miss, and it's gonna be more of a shock that he missed than when he makes it.
Exactly. Yes, he was
He was money.
Very money. Yeah, for a long time. Number 3, another kicker. Because all these low numbers are usually kickers.
I can't think of the only other 3 I can think of is the EJ.
You're right, EJ Man. What does that tell you about EJ Man?
That's why this guy's number 3.
Terrible. Another kicker, Steve Hauschka.
Half money. Yep. I'm good with that.
Money, which is fine. Yeah. 5, of course. I agree with that. Tyrod Taylor, no doubt about it. Love Tyrod Taylor.
Broke the drought.
Yeah, I was all good when we signed him. I was excited. Yep. Colton Schmidt, 6, kicker, good punter. Doug Flutie for sure.
Yep.
Number 7.
Mormon.
Didn't my boy Lossman wear 7 as well?
Yep, but Flutie was a bigger name.
Obvious, yeah, for sure. But I liked Lossman a lot. A lot of people hate on him. I like him. Number 8, Brian Moorman for sure.
Yeah,
man, he got wrecked in the Pro Bowl
by Sean Taylor. The late great Sean Taylor.
Yeah, bro, he wasn't fucking
around. Take him over Bass right now. Me too.
Holy shit, did he get wrecked? Ryan Lindell, another solid kicker, by the way.
Yeah, Lindell
very
was
good.
Real good.
Yeah, he was solid. I
Matter
don't
of
think he was
fact,
as good as Christie.
Dustin Hopkins was drafted by the Bills, got hurt in preseason. We signed Lindell and then released Hopkins, and he went on to have a pretty good career in Washington and a couple other places.
You're right. Yep, I do remember that. Cole Beasley, 10.
Yep.
Yep, I'm good with that. Yep, 11, Drew Bledsoe.
When I see 11, I don't think of Drew Bledsoe.
No, who do you think?
Honestly, as dumb as it sounds, and it's for bad reasons, Zay Jones.
Yeah, I think of Drew because I think of the 2002 team. Like that was such a dynamic offense, and not only that, like Drew Bledsoe, dude. Like when we got Drew Bledsoe,
I didn't like Drew Bledsoe though. I didn't want him as a Bill at all.
Really? Oh, dude.
Yeah, I hated him.
I thought we got him. Listen, man, that was a huge event when we got him.
I remember.
Bill's Mafia was.
Thought people were dumb then too.
But you can't deny that year was he had a really good season. Like
he did.
That was all on sorry ass. I think it was Dick. No, it was not Dick Geron. It was the defensive coach. What was his name? The guy from New Orleans. Like Greg
Williams.
Greg Williams. Yeah, terrible Greg Williams ruined that team. But anyways, yeah, number 12, of course.
Ooh, the legend,
Jim Kelly. 13.
I was Stevie.
Yep.
I like when I see 13. I still think
absolutely Stevie. Yep. And then 14. Yes.
Don't disagree with that.
Right.
Claypool's going to try to outdo that.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I like Claypool. I think Claypool will make the team, but he ain't going to. Yeah. I would be shocked.
Yep.
Jack Kemp. John Brown, for sure. Yep. I remember because John Brown, really, truthfully, he's the one that kind of started that turnaround as far as getting Josh that help and our 1,000-yard receiver that we were missing. So for sure. And, of course, right, 17, right?
Yep.
Josh.
The statue.
And here's another quarterback that
I hate him so much.
Uncle Orton. I did not hate him. I thought for an old guy, what we had that year was terrible. And I thought
I would have rather seen
somewhat of a chance.
EJ
go
out there that year and learn than
Kyle Orton. I
old
got
ass Kyle Orton.
I didn't think he was terrible. I thought he was.
He wasn't terrible. That was the problem.
I got
you. Good enough to make us not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
from
Chicago,
from getting a top pick.
Uncle Orton, look at him pointing at you, Mikey, telling you shut your mouth. Look at him.
Yeah, he was. I hated that dude. I hated him.
Donald Jones, I forgot about him. He had speed. He's pretty fast, that guy. Yeah.
Although when I think of 19, I think of McKenzie, not Donald Jones.
I'm with you. I am with you because you're right. 19 McKenzie. I'm with you. I'm with you on that one too.
McKenzie.
Yeah.
I loved that guy.
But I also do remember Donald Jones a lot too. But I am with you because I think McKenzie.
Norwood was 11 too. Yeah.
He did more. I think a little bit more than Donald Jones. Henry Jones for sure. 20.
I don't think of this guy anymore, Jason. Norwood was 11.
Oh, Norwood. Yeah. Henry Jones.
Yeah.
For sure. Number 20. Loved Henry Jones.
Yep. 21 Poyer. Yep.
Absolutely. And by the way, we're going to 23. You already know who it's going to be. I would be shocked if it's not high, but we'll see. Fred Jackson for sure. And there you go.
Micah. Because people could have put Marshawn there, but Micah's.
They could have, but no way. Yeah, they're not.
Not
Micah
in
was.
Buffalo.
Nah, he did way more.
You want to put 23 out around the league, they might say Marshawn, but in Buffalo, it's Micah.
Yep. Booker
24.
Eggerson. Okay, I don't know
okay.
any other 24. 25 for sure.
Shady.
LaShawn. Yep, Shady. Not sure about this guy. I don't know any other.
24. The only one I can
Well,
think of
26
24,
was my boy.
Terrence McGee is who I think of when I think of 24.
Oh, you're right. Absolutely, too. I would, yeah.
Like
See,
in my
gotta
era.
No, I'm with you. See, because I'm not good. I don't remember all the numbers, but you're right.
Mm-hmm.
If McGee was 24, no doubt about it, I would replace that. But 100%, because I think McGee, once again, was a special player, man.
Started out special teams and works his way into secondary.
Yeah, and he was excellent. And just really good. 26 for me, obviously, Devin Singletary, but they have George Sames. But that's for, my purposes. Yeah. Trey White, for sure, at number 27. Yeah. No doubt about it. McKelvin, yes, for me, at least.
Not for me.
Who's for you?
CJ Spiller.
Really? I
see 28, and I think of Spiller.
Okay. I think McKelvin, but you have a thing with McKelvin, too, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think McKelvin was he made some mistakes, but he was a good player, bro.
He was a really good player.
Yeah. And I love that he talked trash.
But
too.
I don't. But when I look at 28, I don't picture McKelvin.
I got you. Yeah. And by the way, I love CJ Spiller too. I do. I thought he was another guy who got a little bit too much heat in Buffalo. I thought he was a pretty good player. There's nothing wrong with what he did. He was excellent, by the way, in college.
CJ,
excellent.
Electric.
Oh, dude, he was
29. Mario Clark. Okay, I'm good with that.
He was unbelievable. Yep. Don't 30, really know that guy.
No. 31. Jarius Byrd. That's exactly who I picture when I see 31.
Yep. I'm with you there. OJ.
30. Yep.
Yes, of course.
Sam
Gash.
Yep. That's exactly who I picture when I see 33.
God, about that dude. Remember him wearing that thing on his nose too?
Uh-huh.
Man. Thurman Thomas, 34, of course. Yep. The legend. Carwell Gardner, I loved him, bro. When I used to have the video game, he was a fullback. I used to always use, I would use him, all the time on the goal line. Love Carwell Gardner, because he always he wore that big, neck
Yeah,
thing.
I remember that.
Loved it. He any player that wears those, they look so mean, bro.
Like an old Tecmo Bowl when they go jumping high five and they have that big old neck roll on.
Oh, dude, they just look mean.
And they all used to wear it. All the fullbacks wore it back in the day.
Love them, dude. And the linebackers that used to wear the pads behind them too.
Yeah,
them,
Bo Jackson. Every time you scored that touchdown, they did that jumping high five in the end zone in Super Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, I loved it. I love Tecmo Bowl and Super Bowl. Tecmo Super. Yeah. Loya Malloy.
Yep. Nate Owens.
Yeah, hell of a player, bro.
Yeah.
Kelso, 38.
Yeah.
Oh, your guy. 30. There hasn't been a number 39 in here.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong. That's who when I see 39, that's who I think of.
Okay. 40 Vaughn.
Okay.
But mind you, they're saying the best ever to wear the number, Mikey. This isn't who do you remember at that, who sticks out?
Well, usually you remember the best ever.
No, I get it. Yeah, that's true. But that's crazy.
But
the reason why I'm saying is Levi was our number, right? Our best 39 ever.
Is he better than who's wearing Lewis, who's wearing 39 today? I think they're the same. Lewis can play all three positions.
Right, Cam. Yeah, I agree.
Is Levi Wallace really better than him?
I think some of these numbers, these players must hate, bro. If they don't, because it's crazy. You know what I mean? That's our best 30.
Gardner is our Christian Okoye. That's a good one, Jason.
Love Christian. By the way, that was one of my favorite running backs ever. Love Christian Okoye.
I don't know.
Don't know this guy, but DB Alvin Wyatt. Butch Bird, 42.
Yep.
Tony Green. I know him. I just obviously didn't watch him. 43.
You guys are top 100s.
Yep. Albert DeBurn, 44. Yep. Wow, that's old. Hoggett Clark.
Yeah.
45. Leonard Smith at 46.
Yep.
Kerba Jackson at number 47. You wore
okay over Benford. I think Benford's gonna ultimately take that over.
Yes, I agree with you.
Kirby was good, but
I agree with you. Yep, and 49 we already know. Like I already know that's Tremaine Edmonds. And last Al
50. Yep. Top 100.
Yep. Yeah. So that was the jersey number. So that's Bill's Wire.
That's a good piece to go through. You know, I disagreed with some of them, but
yeah, I agree with that. Like zero. But remember, it was last year that Keon wasn't around. We would definitely swap him there. I agree with you on what was the other player that we would swap out.
I would swap out 24 for Terrence McGee.
McGee, you're right, McGee. Absolutely.
And then
McGee.
I would also swap out 28.
Yep.
I wouldn't put McKelvin there.
That's right. You had
CJ.
Stroud. Stroud. CJ Spiller over. Yeah.
And
okay.
I think CJ was better than Leotis. Leotis was just here longer. I think CJ had a bigger impact.
We have one more thing to get to, and then we're out of here, Mikey.
Okay.
And it is the Bills Wire once again. Shout out to Bills Wire. This is their 10 players that they're most excited to watch during Buffalo Bills training camp this coming up season.
Do we want to save this for next week?
No, we'll just get to it.
Okay.
We're already here now. Already. You know, it's only 10 players. So, quarterback Josh Allen. I think that's
number one. Josh Allen.
Right. Yeah, I think
everyone wants to be that
guy. Right. Yeah, it's a no doubter. Right. We don't have to read all that. No doubter about it. They got Dalton Kincaid. I would say that's right.
They're 2 for 2.
Yep. Second year. We want see what he does. He's gonna be even
my
better.
1-2 right? So far.
Yep. I have no problem with that. Curtis Samuel.
Here's where the difference would be. I would put at 3. I want to see Keon as my third.
Well, it's not in order. I don't think they're doing an order.
Okay.
But if we had an order, I agree with you. I think Keon Coleman would become if they're doing an order, but they're not. But I would 100% Keon Coleman would become for
I
me.
I want to see what Curtis Samuel does. I don't disagree with the pick.
Absolutely. So that I'm with you there too. Cole Bishop, I'm with that. I'm with them on that as well.
Yeah,
I think I'm very interested to see how if he gets that spot right, he earns it. He starts. This is a good one, Von Miller.
Yes,
100%, Von Miller.
He would be my number 4.
Yes, no doubt. Because
and then Vaughn.
He is the biggest question mark. Like as far as like, will we get the old Von back? Like, or at least the year 1 before he got hurt, Von, right? Mm-hmm. Will we see that dynamic Von where he's, bending right again, where that speed getting around the edge, right? Like, will we get that Von back? How will he look?
Will we get a productive Von?
Exactly.
Because last year he wasn't productive at all.
Right. Will there be any hiccups, right, in training? Like people want to know, like, will he be limping and all? Like, so 100%. Like that's something that yes, I am looking forward to see what he does, and
Jason
also what. Yeah, go ahead.
Jason says Ray Davis.
I am interested in Ray Davis too, but I don't know if he's
Matt.
10.
I'm with this. I need to see what Milano looks like.
Yes,
coming
after
back
the
from
injury.
that injury.
Yep.
Yes, I'm with that.
And there you go, Ray Davis. I'm with you. By the way, I didn't think they would put him there, but I'm with you because I think Ray Davis, and I said this. I've been saying this, Mikey. That I think Ray Davis is going to wind up taking more carries than a lot of people think away from James Cook. I think Ray Davis is a special kind of player. And by the way, I really like his personality. I love what he's doing like already with, Foster, because he came from obviously he was a foster kid, grew up in that, didn't have parents or he has a really crazy story. I have a feeling too, just to throw this out there. Deion Dawkins has been like our that award they give the Walter Payton thing.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling. Not that it's crazy or anything, but I think Ray Davis might get.
Take it.
I think Ray Davis for what he's already doing since
Deion's
day one.
been doing it. Yeah, Deion's been doing it for years. So,
but I think this is a little different when you're talking about that, like you know what I mean, that particular thing. And I just think
before you move on,
go ahead.
Before you move on. Bill's fan comes in and says, "Nice to see you guys get a shout out on Buffalo Plus." Yeah, that was Tommy. He played the clip earlier in the show. Yep. It was nice to Buffalo Plus to shout Tommy out like that.
And by the way, man, shout out to my boy Captain D. By the way, Captain D, I mentioned you tonight. That we were talking about earlier about
talking mad crap about you, D.
Talking mad crap. I gave your boy credit Tua on my list of top 25. Put him in the top 10.
Crazy.
So just a heads up. I wasn't hating. On him. Put him in the top 10. But anyways, Kyer Elam. What do you think about Kyer?
I'm very excited to see with the new coaching staff that seems to be backing him. All the things that you heard coming out of camp, OTAs and stuff. I'm excited to see what he can do.
Yep, I'm with you there. And look at this. Now I don't know
Cedric
about
Van
that. What do
Pran.
You think
a lot of people are nervous about McGovern.
Yeah, I'm not nervous about McGovern. I never said that. I like, at least for me. I think I'm just more intrigued. What I want to see, which would be great, is Van Pran win that job. I just don't see it happening.
McGovern
with Dawkins.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to get another new guard. I think McGovern's gonna be a better center than he would be a guard. I think Van Pran is the future for us.
I'm with you. I think
we only signed McGovern for 3 years. This is year 2. So,
and they got Keon Coleman, of course. Like I think Keon. I'll be honest with you. I think if we're to put this like actually rating like number 1, 2, 3, I would, if we did like a survey and I put it on Twitter, I almost bet Keon Coleman would be number 1 on this list. I think because he's gotten such, like, people are so excited to see this kid.
He has a lot of hype.
A lot of hype, bro. And it's crazy for a second round. Think about how many second round draft picks, and I was thinking about that too, Mikey. How many second round draft picks are getting like this kind of hype, like CBS?
The last big one that got it, there was 2. T. Higgins and George Pickens both got a lot of hype.
You're right. T. Higgins,
recently in early in the second round. You know, but before that, it was DK Metcalf and AJ Brown. That's usually where you find your elite receivers.
Yeah,
is in the second round.
Yeah, I just don't recall, at least for maybe for the Bills. I don't recall a second.
You know who wasn't on there? The 2 guys on there that I didn't see. One was Solomon. I want to see what Solomon is as a D end.
True. Yeah.
He led all of college football in sacks last year. The dude knows how to rush a quarterback.
Absolutely.
And I'm excited for him for sure. What Claypool is.
Yes. I'm
excited to see what Claypool is.
I am too.
Everybody I've talked to that's been either a Pittsburgh fan, a Miami fan, or a Bears fan has told me, don't listen to the hype in the offseason. Wait until training camp, because that's where you'll really see. It's always talked up about it. You know how good he looks in, shorts and helmets. So I'm excited to see what he looks like.
Jason, so here's the deal. They're 2 different players, right? And I don't think he's not going to do what Diggs did. Okay, they're just 2 different kind of players. But I am excited to see what Claypool will do, because I really, truly believe this guy, the issue was really just more about his personality, and he was selfish. And I don't think it was ever about what he could do on the field. Like, the guy is a talent. Like, he's a special talent. He has the height. He has the speed. He has the physicality. He has the proven stats. It's not like we're talking about a guy where, like, coming out of college, we're like, oh, like, he did nothing his rookie year, terrible second, they traded him or cut him, and we're talking, like, hyping this guy up. He had a good 2 years in Pittsburgh. He just had a thing with the coach. Exactly. So, I think if the guy is humbled like he seems to be, I think the guy could be a productive player. I don't know if he's not going to be a
superstar everyone thought he was going to be.
Exactly. I don't think he's going to be a superstar in Buffalo, but could he be a key factor in the offense if he really is like what he was year 1 and year 2? Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, for sure. And I think he makes the roster. I really do.
I do too. I'm just excited to see what he actually is once pads come on. Talking over here to Jason's comment about Coleman and Diggs. Coleman has the ceiling of that type of alpha.
Yeah.
But his floor is a little bit lower than the alpha. So he can fall in that range. Like, he has the talent Like, he comes from a talented family. We know what CeeDee Lamb is. It's his cousin.
Right.
You know? If you watched any of his videos, you see the work that he puts in and how soft his hands are. Everything like glues. So he's going to be able to catch the ball. It's going to all be about how can he get the separation. If he can learn to get that separation, like Anquan ran a 4.6 and found out how to get the separation in the league. You know what I mean? Larry Fitzgerald ran a 4.5 and found out how to get, separation in the league. You have a lot of these guys who did that. Michael Thomas, 4.7, found out how to, get separation in the league. So you have guys that you've seen that's been able to do that.
Hopkins isn't the fastest.
No.
Hopkins isn't super fast.
No. He has the size and the hands. If he can get his be technical with his route running, and he's already gotten better. You've seen it in the offseason. Getting with the pro guys, he's gotten better route running. He does have a very high ceiling.
Absolutely.
My concern always was, and this goes back to our draft thing, is I'm scared he's not going to be able to get separation because he couldn't in college.
True. I kind of agree with that, but he still did his thing. He still got numbers put up. He
mossed a bunch of guys who aren't in the league anymore.
No, I get that. Yeah. I understand that, but that doesn't mean a young player can't grow, can't learn, can't learn from the best. His cousins, like we said, is CeeDee Lamb. I'm sure they're working out. I'm sure anything that exactly. So, I think he's a multi-sport guy too. So he's very athletic. Everything I've seen so far,
personality seems awesome.
Personality's great. Yeah, he comes from a good family. It seems like, and everything I've seen so far in training, it released his video. Now, of course, once again, I will say we got to be careful with this stuff because there ain't no pads on. He ain't going against no physical corner yet. Like, he hasn't been pressed yet.
Hasn't been hit yet. None of that.
Right. Yeah. Right. Nothing. He hasn't had in-game experience yet in the NFL. So I will pump the brakes a little bit, but I am excited, of course, like we all should be, about our first pick in the draft, who has, like Mikey said, a high ceiling. So,
who reminds me of?
Yeah.
Reminds me of Kincaid last year. Remember how he was just pumped up, and he started out slow, and then by the end of the year, he was the guy everyone was talking about.
Yep, and quiet. You didn't really hear even like people mentioning him throughout the weeks gone first half of the season. Yeah. Then the national media, and then everyone started kind of going, "Oh, okay." Now we see why the Bills traded up,
incorporated him more, and I wonder if that's going to be the same way with Coleman. They're going to start him out slow and then incorporate him more and more throughout the season.
I think so, and that's why I said a month ago, and everyone's oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Listen, that's why I think Claypool makes a team. That's why I think bringing in Claypool, bringing like MVS, bringing in Curtis Samuel, Shakir, that we didn't mention, that will take a lot of pressure. Matt Collins. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know so much. I kind of go with you a little bit there, but I'm more of those guys, the guys that are kind of veterans. And now Hollins is too, but veterans that are more receiver veterans, like has the numbers. Like Curtis Samuel has done more than Hollins throughout his career as far as receiver goes. Yes. I think Claypool has done more as far as receiving his first 2 years. First 2 years, of course.
Okay,
Mike Collins never had 850.
It's been 2 years since.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Collins had 700 the 1 year he started for Oakland.
Yeah, but he didn't do back to back.
No, because they released him and he went somewhere else.
I'm just saying. So my point is like, and Khalil Shakir too, right? Like we're not mentioning Khalil Shakir, and of course Dalton Kincaid. It's going to take a lot of pressure off a Keon, and not only that, I think Josh won't have that pressure to throw to the young guy who's still kind of learning a little bit in the NFL, like we just talked about, and he has these veteran receivers that he can rely on. Where Keon Coleman may be struggling in one game, maybe a corner's locking him up, like still kind of going through growing pains as a rookie. So that's why I said, like, I don't expect him to have a massive year. Like I think he'll have what we talk about, 600 to 800 around there. Year. Yeah, and I think his touchdowns will be decent because I think he'll be a red zone threat. But you're right, Kincaid. I think as the season goes on, is where you'll see Keon Coleman start to get better and better, get familiar with the NFL speed. They always say the speed.
Familiar with him.
Josh will get more comfortable going to him. Exactly. So
I think that's my biggest thing is Josh no longer has to force it to one guy. Like, he had Davis and Diggs on the outside, and he always went to those guys regardless if they were covered. Like, those days are done. We have a bunch of just guys now that Josh is just throw to the open guy. Don't worry about who it's going to.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Right? There's now the pressure is definitely off Josh as well too. I 100%. And not only that too, I also got to say too, towards the tail end of that season, him and Shakir were building a very good chemistry together. And that's why, and the proof's in the pudding. If you look back at the second half of the season, Shakir was leading pretty much in almost every category for the receivers. Almost.
Yep. Other than targets.
So it kind of showed. And look at the playoffs. Look who he was going to. Look who was the guy that was, when Josh needed someone on third and long.
Cook, it was Kincaid, and it was Shakir.
Right.
Down the stretch.
Kind of tells you that chemistry was starting to click there finally.
Yeah.
And that Diggs connection wasn't really, something's wrong. So it's good to know, and it's good to see, because I think this coming up season, that's why I said I do think Khalil Shakir goes over 1,000 yards because of what I saw last year. Yeah. And he will be the number one. So, and that's all I got. What is Captain D saying here about Dolphins and Bills?
Yeah, we both reset.
That is true. We got younger. We lost some vets. You guys got some of our guys.
I really, for the Dolphins, I think it's going to come down to if that offensive line can gel. If that offensive line can gel, I think they're going to be really good. If they struggle like they did last year down the stretch with the injuries they had along the offensive line,
it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you guys are all speed too. Also, too, not only the offensive line, staying healthy.
Yeah, and
that's for us too. That's for us too.
That's for us. See what that D line is without Christian Wilkins, and then getting back their edge rushers. No Van Ginkel, no Chubb, no Phillips. All those guys coming back from injury. How do they return?
True. You don't know.
Do they come back what they were, or does it take them some time?
Right, because you could run into a Vaughn situation.
Yeah,
with some of these players, where it takes or Trey White,
or Trey, where he was out there, but he wasn't the same guy.
Exactly. So that's the bad part about these serious injuries. Some players can bounce back sooner than others, but some it's also like a mental part. Mm-hmm. It's a mental hurdle as well.
It's also why why I thought Milano deserved to be on that, to see what he is when he's coming back.
Yeah,
that was a major injury. That was a major injury.
He's had a few of those major injuries.
Scott, Dolphins 9-8, injured or not. They won more than 9 games last year.
I think they're due. Listen, Scott, I hate the Dolphins, but they're going to do better than 9-8. I think the Dolphins are a tough out. I think they're going to be, and I said it last year, it's going to come down to the Bills and Dolphins. And the only difference between
faith
us,
in the Jets, huh?
No, and I still don't, and I still think they wind up in third, and that's how I predicted last year, and I was right. It doesn't even matter for me. Even if Rodgers was there last year, I still felt with that offensive line, the Jets would have finished third. The only difference between the Bills and Dolphins, and these are facts, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's the tail end of the season is where the Bills have generally played very well, and the Dolphins have sputtered. Kind of ran out of gas, or injuries came very late and they didn't really react too well. The Bills have ran into injuries and have reacted well, right? Like, we have gotten guys
that goes back to coaching.
Yeah, I agree with that too. You got guys that filled in that did just enough to get those dubs, and I felt like the Dolphins, the Jets, they sputter, and I think this season's going to probably be like this, Mikey, the whole way until late in the season, and that's when you'll see again.
Think about it. We were 500 in the middle, like towards the end of the season.
Yeah,
at one point.
Yes.
Then we just ran. We had to win 5 in a row to get in. And not only did we win 5 in a row to get in, we took the second seed.
Yeah. Hey, my buddy Captain D agrees. Appreciate it. Captain D, I will say this real quick before you go. Captain D is about as real as you can get for a Dolphin fan. Like, that dude, he speaks really true. Like, he does. He's not like a rah-rah fan. He's going to tell you how it is, at least from his point of view. And I love that about him. You know what I mean? So shout out to you.
Here's what I think. So I don't hate Tua. I think Tua is a good quarterback. The difference is Josh Allen's ability to play off script. versus Tua has to play on script all the time. He struggles playing off script. That's the difference between why the Bills continue to climb and when weather gets bad and the Dolphins tend to slide a little bit is the off script stuff. If Tua can figure out to get better off the off script stuff, then I think the Dolphins would do better.
I agree with that too. Yep, I 100% agree with that. And I think that's why as well. That's part of the reason why they're
Josh
nervous
is number
about
2 and Tua's number 8 to you?
They're nervous about paying Tua because of that.
Yeah.
That's part of the reason. That and the injury. By the way, Captain D, I don't know if you're still here. How do you feel about Tua losing weight? I think it's such a bad idea. I thought last year when he gained the weight, I thought was so much better for him.
Blind faith, brother. Blind faith in McDaniel. That's crazy.
What is he saying? Mike McDaniel is the truth. Captain D always says it's a marathon. Yeah, so Captain D, I agree with you. Like Captain D says the same thing. It's a marathon. Like it's a marathon. Yeah. But Mike McDaniel, I like him as an offensive coordinator. I think he's a good players coach, but he's also he's also made some questionable coaching decisions, moves. Yeah.
By the way,
and I don't know, but so is our coach.
About Tua.
Yeah.
About Tua, shaky.
Yeah. He is. He's faltered. The thing is with him, like when things are, you know what it is with Dolphins, when things are going great, like in a game, they're so smooth, right? They're putting up
snowballs. It's
right.
Snowballs.
They're putting up right. But things are great. They're putting up 50, 40, right? I mean, things are, and then they go and play like the Titans. Right?
Lower
and when
weight
just
also
go
equals
bad.
Injuries, Captain D. The first time he got through a season was when he was heavier.
Yeah, that's my concern. Like that's what I was saying, Captain D. Like that. So I'm with you there. If he was over, like fat, right? Like couldn't move out the pocket.
I thought
he gained too much weight.
He looked healthy last year and was like.
I did too. I
was
thought
surprised that they had him lose the weight.
I thought that, unless they're going to have him more mobile. But once again, they're not risking Tua mobile. Because once you're mobile out of that pocket, Mikey,
you get smacked.
You are free to get hit, boy.
Yeah.
Any which way you want, pretty much. So, if I'm the Dolphins, like I would not agree with that. But that's his body; he can do what he wants. I just feel like for the amount of concussions,
usually it's the Dolphins that are making. My understanding, the Dolphins asked him so he can be more mobile and make plays off.
That's what I figured. Yeah, but do you really want him? Like, is that
I don't want him
plan?
mobile. I want him healthy.
Right. Like
he was heavier, he was healthy, he was lighter, he got slung around and beat up.
Like you don't need, like for me, listen, if your offensive line is good or like can protect, the way your system is set up, he don't need to be that type of quarterback. You know what I mean?
But
he can work around,
like that.
But that's the prop. I get that. That's what I'm saying. That's good. That, and Mikey, you said that a little earlier. That's what worries you with the Dolphins, right? Like, can the offensive line hold up?
That's what excites me about the Dolphins. Doesn't worry.
Yeah.
Like a Dolphins fan, it worries me.
Well, for a Dolphins fan, it's about that. But we'll see. We'll see. But if I'm a fan of the Dolphins, I prefer him to be his weight last year.
I don't see the Cowboys ever leaving the Jones. I think Jerry Jones will pass it down to his kids, and then they'll keep it. Like, Jerry Jones loves football too much to ever let the Cowboys go.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Not the Cowboys.
All right, we've been here almost 2 hours, brother. It's time to
Oh my God, yeah. So that's it, guys. We're 2 hours. We've been talking about everything tonight. So, guys, it was a great show once again. We appreciate the chat for
Tommy,
keeping this thing going. Yeah.
Next week is going to be our All Madden team.
Oh, we're doing okay. That's right. So, me and Mikey, real quick before we go, me and Mikey are going to get that situated this weekend. That and we have another thing that we're going to talk about. Anyways, we're going to do both. But the All Madden team, the All Buffalo Bills team, we're going to do that this weekend. Like get it together, and then we'll have that next week for you guys on Friday night. Where we're building once again. If you guys don't know, anyone new to the chat or whatever, we're building an ultimate Buffalo Bills team from past to present. 53-man roster. It's going to be really exciting. It's going to be me and Mikey going over this with you guys, and that'll be
all
next.
53.
That'll be next week, and then soon as very
Then
soon
that
training camp
following
talk.
week, it's training camp. Talk.
Training camp talk. Yep. So that's it, guys, for the night. We appreciate you guys once again, and we are out of here, man.
Go
So
Bills.
have a good night. Go Bills, and peace out.